badass chicks with guns, sign me up. Now, the director of this movie, if you don't know, is Ridley Scott. And if I need to tell you what movies Ridley Scott has done, then what are you doing here? Dude, that's pretty fucking rude. I came here and I don't know who Ridley Scott is, and I'd like to know what other movies he's done. What has he done? I don't know. Get the fuck out of here. If you don't know the story and the plot of this film, then it's pretty simple. It's the first woman training with the US Men's Marines, Navy Marines that is, Special Warfare Group. And she gets put through some hell training. Sexism, a little bit of fucking everything. Pretty horrible, but she kicks some ass. The setting and the atmosphere in this movie is simple. The army, the military, the training grounds. Pretty freaking easy. If you like all that type of shit, stick with me. Now, the cast is a banger cast, man. Demi Moore plays Jordan O'Neill, G.I. Jane, if you will. You'll know her from Substance and Striptease. She's the kick-ass soldier that's training with the men. Don't need to say any more about that. Viggo Mortensen plays the Chief, Master Chief John. You'll know him from The Road, Lord of the Rings, History of Violence, the last VHS movie. He kicks ass in this. He is a prick. He is an absolute prick in this movie. He gives Demi a real hard time. You'll love it. Now, Jim Caviezel plays one of the soldiers, and damn, his performance is awesome as well. He starts off as a prick, but he starts warming up to Demi. He starts warming up. He likes her. You remember him from Sound of Freedom, that everyone bagged. Played Jesus, Passion of the Christ, and Frequency. Fantastic films, fantastic actor. And Morris Chestnut plays McCool. Heaps of B-grade movies, but you'll remember the main performance from ER. That's where you'll remember the main performance. Now, this underrated film, the dialogue, I didn't find this cringe at all. I think it's actually perfect, the dialogue. It had its 90s moments of Demi being a badass.
Suck my dick.
Whoa, Demi, it was a compliment. And the score and the music in this is epic war music and training music with some classic 50s tunes that we all love. There is some average music in it too, don't get me wrong. There is some garbage in there. Now, the opening sequence to me was actually underwhelming. But after 10 minutes, it's on and it's telling a story. So stick with it. Trust me, that first 10 minutes, just get past that crap. Now, the kills in this movie is not until the final 20 minutes, but this movie is more than just kills and deaths. What? Yes, it's more than kills and deaths, dude. How can that work? It does work. It really does work because it's really trying to explore the realism of what this woman would have to go through training with men. Now, the action is decent enough. The prisoner of war scene, the mission, the capture, the torture, it's all brilliant and intense. Now, this movie does have drama and realism, and it really does. But don't let it put you off because, man, I was put off for so long from rewatching this. I haven't watched this since the VHS days, and I'm really glad I did. The realism of the military training, the realism of the sexism, the abuse the women take, and the treatment Jane gets from the men, first of all, which is horrible. It really was horrible. But realism like bravery and determination, and them having to eat out of the bin after doing 12 hours of training, it's filthy, but it's fucking really good to watch. And to shave her head to prove she's equal just like the men. And then just trying to accuse her of being a lesbian to get her kicked out and to get her wrongly discharged. Act 3, the climax, the last 30 minutes is a bit political with a bit of a court case. So the notch of the movie starts to come down just a tad, don't let it put you off. But then there's a reinstatement mission with action, and that's your last 15 minutes, so it starts to take you back up, just a little bit back up, a little back up again. But it wasn't wow, it didn't have a wow factor the final 20 minutes, but it was still good and watchable, and it finished the story. Did it keep me engaged and drawn in? The first 10 minutes? No. But then as it progressed, it drew me in and I enjoyed it. Final 20 minutes, I was like, that's a bit of a shame, but it was still acceptable and good. How it left me feeling, I was really glad I rewatched it after all these years of putting it off. I really enjoyed it. I really recommend it to watch, everyone to watch it. My honest evaluation is don't be put off for years and years like I have been just because it's called G.I. Jane. You think it's going to be like G.I. Joe, which I like the G.I. Joe cartoon, but this is very entertaining. Very, very entertaining. Watch this if you like stuff like Full Metal Jacket. We all love Full Metal Jacket. It's got the same elements to it, not as crazy. Or any training style war movie. So before they go to war, we have the whole training. I give this one an easy and a solid, actually, a solid popcorn rating of 7 out of 10. It would never go any higher. It probably would have been maybe a 6.9, but I don't do points and all that, so it's getting a 7. This is maybe a 6.5, but it's definitely higher than putting a 6 on the screen here. I definitely recommend watching it. I definitely recommend, if I can find it on DVD, I'll own it, because it's not on Blu-ray. But I definitely recommend having a watch of this. We just did a Badass Chicks in Movies draft episode. We drafted our best box sets. Take a look at that video. Go on this channel and take a look at that video because that was kick-ass. They were kick-ass chicks. They were badass chicks. They were kicking ass, everyone that we picked. This gets picked. Don't know who by. I can't tell you who picks it, but it's definitely worth the watch. And if it got put in one of our box sets, then you know it's got to be damn good. So like, subscribe, do what the fuck you want. I'll be back with whatever I do next. Don't forget to watch the draft on Wednesdays, Tuesdays in America. And until then, say hi to your mum for me. See you.